Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for adjusting your schedules, for being here today. My name is Susan Slauson, and I am the Commissioner for Parks and Recreation, and it is a pleasure to speak to you today on behalf of Parks and Recreation and the Youth Sports Program. Mayor Parker committed, she promised during her campaign to assist the youth, parents, and coaches with essential funding and training for travel for those teams that advance to the championship. Not just for football and cheerleading, but for sports throughout the year. The mayor wanted to ensure that our youth would be able to attend out-of-state championship competitions, assist the parents who needed the financial support, to keep their children involved in various sports, because she recognizes just how crucial and critical it is to have good mentors coming and standing beside our young people, to ensure that they're in safe places and have healthy environments, as well as to ensure that the coaches receive necessary training. And so I stand here today to say thank you, Mayor Parker. I want to share a quick story. So we knew we had this funding, and my staff has been super amazing, making sure that all these notifications went out. So about 3 weeks ago, I'm on my way to Love Your Park, and I see a group of young people out on City Avenue with the helmets. And all I could think of, if the mayor drives up and sees this, she's gonna think that I did not notify people. I stopped my car in the middle of City Line Avenue, and I found out the coach's name. I called Brian. I said, Brian, I need you to get a hold of this coach, and I need these young people off the streets. The coach didn't believe Brian. So I had to call the coach and say, the mayor has committed. We have funding, so you don't have to stand out here and do this. So I want to say today, thank you, Madam Mayor. Yes. Thank you for this significant investment in our youth, for seeing the need and doing something about it, for not only making the promise, but she's keeping her promises. This funding is more than just the funding of sports and athletics. It's an investment in our children. It's about allowing opportunities for life lessons to be learned, to teach our youth about defeat and strength and teamwork, conflict resolution, disappointment, stick-to-itness, all lessons of resiliency they will carry for a lifetime. So I just want you all to give the mayor, because she pushed for this money. She made sure this money was available. Thank you. I want to thank the Philadelphia City Fund, which serves as the fiscal sponsor for the City Champions Grants, the Philadelphia Youth Sports Collaboration, who are our amazing partners for their work with youth sports, not just now, but throughout the year. And to my team at Parks and Recreation, I know I have been a little bit of a bear, but let me say thank you to all of you, and thank you to all of you for quickly gathering together. Madam Mayor, if you would mind coming here to this podium.
One of the things that I learned, people ask me quite often, you know, aren't you excited? You are the 100th mayor, the first woman mayor in 341 years in the city of Philadelphia. You know, when you became the mayor, how did you feel? And the first thing I tell people when I sat at the desk, in the chair by myself, I felt very, very vulnerable. And I felt vulnerable because no matter how clear I had been about this vision that I had, and I committed to the city that if the people in Philadelphia would just give me the honor and the privilege of serving, we would all work together to become the safest, cleanest, greenest big city in the nation with economic opportunity for all. And then you realize you're one person. You can't do it by yourself. You have to have a team of people who share in the same vision and have a sense of urgency about implementation. It's with that in mind that I want you all to know I'm so happy she said yes, because I was going to stalk her if she didn't. Give Sue Slauson, our commissioner, a huge, huge round of applause. I'm happy that you're here. Come on up here with me, Chairman. Come on, move up here. I asked our Appropriations Chairman, Jordan Harris, to be here with me, and Jason Dawkins, State Representative, is here. Dom is here from Isaiah Thomas's office, our council member in the whip and council, because this is a collaborative effort. The chairman and I, along with Council President Johnson, we were just, what corridor, where was it? We were on Point Breeze Avenue today, making an announcement about two-day cleaning and the folks who are actually doing the work on the commercial corridors. They were there, and Chairman, I had them to track you down because your message about what the investment meant, I thought it would be suitable here on today. And so let me start by thanking Beth Devine. Beth, raise your hand, Beth, so people know who you are. You're here, Beth, raise your hand. Thank you, Beth. Is Donald Richardson here? Is Donald Richardson here? Donald, come on up, stand up. Come on over here with us. Now, Kimberly Jamerson, where is she? I want y'all to know, I love all y'all, but don't you ever, ever, ever forget that I'm an Oak Lane Wildcat for life. Kim and I, we cheered together, and all of the coaches, the athletes, and the families. This is an all-hands-on-deck project. None of this could be possible without a shared vision and the support of our City Council President, Kenyatta Johnson, and all members of council, because we did this in my first One Philly budget. And that doesn't happen without the support and partnership of our legislative body. We signed that budget into law, and the team immediately got going to get this implemented. We said when it came to youth sports programs across the city that we needed all hands on deck. And when you heard our commissioner share what my personal feelings are every time I see a young person in their uniform, I don't care if it's a drill team, sports team, and they are outside in the middle of the street with their helmets or boots or anything, it gets under my skin. We looked at each other, Chairman, and because that's not what our young people should have to do. I was able to become an Oak Lane Wildcat and get engaged. That was my desire. We had a very sound program, active parents, active folks in the community, and that we don't want our young people worrying about whether or not they will even have access to the opportunity to compete. And then when we were in council and even as legislators in Harrisburg, you know, you want your young people to win, but then the Florida trips come up when you win. And I'm excited. And where's Carlton at? Where's Carlton? I'm excited. I was a member of council or when I was a state rep, and I'm excited. Carlton's like, Oak Lane won, and we're going. And
you got to pay for it.
And now we need some money to get them there. Right. You know what I mean? And so this comes through that kind of experience. This is an historic $3 million investment, $3 million investment in youth sports and services. Today, we are announcing the first of a series of investments into Philadelphia youth sports programs. We're providing over $300,000 to support the youth football and cheer teams to make sure that they get to their national tournaments, with additional funds available for championship qualifiers in other sports as their seasons get underway. This will also help, and this is important, this is really important because I think about my grandmother. And when I see how much traveling is required, I say, well, I don't know if mommy and daddy would have been able to take care of this. So this funding will also help to reduce the financial burden of these experiences on parents and caregivers and neighborhood organizations to make sure that they can get to the championships. We are also resupplying our parks and recreation centers with over $250,000 of new equipment so that staff and community members can lead great programs. And that's not it. We've committed $450,000 to the Philadelphia Youth Sports Fund to provide grants year-round to help organizations across the city in every sport to listen to what they can get assistance with. They can help every sport pay for registration, equipment, coaching, travel, or whatever financial challenges there may be, and that's a total of $1 million. Give $1 million. Grants will be available year-round with the first application window opening this week. This fund is powered by the Philadelphia Youth Sports Collaborative, led by Beth. Thank you so much, Beth Devine, who is, of course, with us. The fund got its initial funding from City Council, and that was led through the stewardship of Councilmember Isaiah Thomas. Give him a round of applause. And in addition to sharing more about the programs funded under the $3 million investments in youth sports, we are here today to acknowledge the great achievements of the young people, the coaches, and these communities for qualifying for those national tournaments. But even more, we're honoring the commitment, the thousands of hours and hard work and dedication to loving and raising these young people by giving them programs that will help them thrive. So we've invited some of the coaches and athletes and families who are about to travel to Florida to play in the national championship games, and we're really excited. I think you deserve it. Now listen, we have 28 teams from 9 organizations represented here on today, and when I call your team's name, I just want to see if you're in the house. Are the Black Hawks Athletic Club in the house? The Oak Lane Lady Wildcats in the house? The Uptown Warriors? But wait, let me just say this. The Black Hawks, we have 3 cheer teams and 6 football teams from ages 8 to 13. I had to say that. Wildcats, 5 cheer teams from ages 8 to 16. Uptown Warriors, where are you? Are you here? 4 cheer teams from ages 5 to 16. Now, I remember this because they made us shine. North Philly Aztecs, are they here? Aztecs here? Well, North Philly Aztecs, they have 4 cheer teams from 8 to 16. And this next group I learned about from Councilmember Isaiah Thomas and Rep. Jason Dawkins, the Frankfurt Chargers. Yeah, baby. They have a football team and a dance team, both 8-year-olds. The Sturgis Hornets have a 7 and under football team, the Sturgis Hornets. And then there are the City Youth Association Gators, and they have 14 and under football team. The Germantown Elite have a 6 and under football team. And then there are the Kensington Ravens, and they have a 12 to 16 cheer team. Now, well, we're going to do that before we go, but I couldn't have these 2 here and you not hear from these two leaders in Harrisburg who are working very, very hard to continue delivering for our city in a mighty big way. And thinking about the state of affairs, you hear me talk about intergovernmental cooperation and collaboration. We can't do any of what we're doing without them. Give a round of applause to Jordan Harris, our majority chairman of the Appropriations Committee. That means his nickname to me is Moneybags.
So good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Oh, the mayor just said it's a whole lot of money going into a whole lot of organizations, so we can make a little bit more noise. Good afternoon, everybody. So, first, let me thank our 100th mayor, Mayor Sherelle Parker, for keeping her commitment to the young people of this city. Also to my friend, Commissioner Sue Slauson, thank you so much for all of the work that you do at our Department of Recreation for our young people. To Beth, we work together in Harrisburg, and we've been able to financially support the work that Beth is doing as well. Look, my colleague, Representative Dawkins, and I oftentimes talk about the importance of youth sports and what we can do at the state level to support the activities that all of our young people are doing. Listen, I grew up in South Philadelphia, so I played for the Sharks when I was growing up. Don't nobody say nothing smart. All right? There's a hater over here. There's a hater over here. I grew up playing for the Sharks, and what I can tell you is that me being at 19th and Washington Avenue at Chew Playground kept me off the streets. I can tell you that there are young people around this room right now that a bullet could have hit if they weren't playing sports. There are young men and women who are practicing and being a part of these activities that are not running on our street corners because of the activities that they're doing. So here's the thing, Philadelphia. To those who want to talk about crime and violence and how we reduce it, this right here is how you reduce crime in the city of Philadelphia. This is how you do it. And here's the thing, I want you to understand something. This is not just about sports. Everybody here ain't going to the league. I thought I was, and then I realized I was 5'6", and it wasn't going to happen. But what I can tell you is that I learned a lot of valuable lessons on that football field that have carried over to my everyday life. And that all of these young people are going to be shining examples of what it means to invest in our children. So I'm so grateful to be here and to have a mayor who understands the value of not just saying that we value our young people, but actually investing our resources in those young people. And here's the other thing, to other folks who want to understand, maybe you don't have a child, and you want to know why this is good for the city. This is also good for the city because this is what you call free advertisement. These young people are traveling all over the country, and they are ambassadors for what is all right in the city of Philadelphia, right? So to all of our friends in the business community, I'm speaking to all of you who come and talk to us about RCAP and all of the other projects you would like the state to fund. Let me be clear. This is also worthy of your investment.
That's right.
This is also worthy of your investment. If you want to show your commitment to our city, you can start by showing your commitment to our city's young people. They are the future. It is time for us to invest in them like they are the future. So thank you so much to our mayor. Come on, thank you to our mayor for making sure that our young people have all the tools necessary to be successful in school and out of school. Now, I got to run because I left my mom in the car. I left my mom in the car. I'm going to get in trouble if I don't get downstairs because she didn't already text me. But this is one Philadelphia, a city united. God bless everybody. The majority chairman of the House Labor Committee. Somebody told me he liked the Frankfurt Chargers too. All right. My brother, Representative Jason Dawkins.
So good afternoon. A little louder. Good afternoon. Again, I would love to start off by thanking our mayor, Mayor Parker. We give her another round of applause, please. Also would like to thank the Commissioner Slauson. Give her a round of applause, please. I started off almost 15, 16 years ago in this building as one of the folks who did recreational development in the city of Philadelphia for the 7th District. As Jordan mentioned earlier, I'm born and raised Frankfurt, so you know I represent Frankfurt Charters. But on part of that, I represent all kids in the city of Philadelphia to make sure they have safe havens to be able to play and thrive in. I believe because I was raised in a family that cared about community engagement. But all you young people out here, you are the next generation to do what we're doing up here. But in order for us to ensure that you have a future, we got to make sure you have a safe time while doing it in your age. I am proud to stand here and see all these young faces excited about the future. I'm also excited that you don't have to be out there panhandling in the dangerous traffic and potentially getting hit by cars on the Roosevelt Boulevards or the 95s or whatever other expressways you may be from. This is a testament of leadership. Do not forget this in the future when we talk about great leaders of our city of Philadelphia. Most folks talk about doing good for children. I can tell you, Mayor Parker walked the walk. She didn't waste no time to ensure that our kids will have a safe passage to get and follow their dreams. This is what leadership should always be about. This is what we should always be voting for. This is what we should aspire to ensure that our next generation do not ever have to go back to the times of fundraising on streets in order for our young people to be out here to succeed. So I am very grateful to be in partnership with folks with like minds to ensure that our young people do not have to endure that. And we're going to continue to fight in Harrisburg to send more money back to the city of Philadelphia to ensure that we're helping our mayor out back here in the city of Philadelphia. And again, I want to thank all you young folks, and I want you to go out there and bring them trophies back to Philadelphia.
Trophies too, that's right. While I'm bringing up Beth Devine, who is the executive director of the Philadelphia Youth Sports Collaborative, I also just want to note for the record that a challenge that I often heard from a lot of coaches is you have to pay for insurance when you're trying to figure out where you're going to practice at. And that insurance is expensive. This funding is also available to the organizations who have to get insured in order to practice wherever it is that you practice, if insurance is something that is required. So don't forget about the technical backroom stuff. That's important too. And give a big round of applause to Beth. Thank you, Beth.
I'm not sure how to follow all that, but I will say this. If you're in this room, you know exactly what sports does for you if you're a player, if you're a coach, if you were a player. And I would like to just take a minute right now, because we celebrate coaches all the time at Philadelphia Youth Sports Collaborative. I would like to take a minute just to say thank you to every coach in this room.
Yes, yes.
The system does not exist or does not run without you and without the people who are facilitating and providing and putting the programs together. So thank you for that. The Philadelphia Youth Sports Collaborative, we've been working for the past 8 years in the city of Philadelphia with all of our partners to really understand the youth sports community and how we as an agency can support it. And what we've learned over those 8 years is that it is huge. It's really robust. There's so many good people involved. And I think that a lot of talk centers around how it keeps kids engaged and out of other things. But the truth is, every single child deserves to play a sport if they want to play a sport,
Yes,
period.
Yes.
And so So our job is to make sure that it's available everywhere. And we see so many great things going on out there. Over the past 8 years, we've gotten to know over 100 youth sport providers, and now with our fund, we're learning even more. You will all be added to the list if you're not on the list already. And, we partner with Parks and Rec, we partner with the school district, we've partnered with the Department of Health to just say, how do we do sports more and better? How do we make sure it's everywhere, and how do we make sure it's got some quality to it? And so PYSC's role is to resource that. And so we do that by providing resources to teams. And what we realized over time was small organizations who do this work often don't qualify for traditional foundation funding. They might not have 3 years of audited statements. They might not have any, maybe it's being volunteer run and no one has time to apply for grants. Maybe nobody's really sure where those grants exist. And so our job is let's connect the dots there. And so we started the Philly Youth Sports Fund with the help of because of Isaiah Thomas. And I can tell you that I have never been happier to hear a mayor stand in front of the world at her budget conference and say, or the budget hearing, and say, I am investing $3 million in youth sports. I almost fell off my chair, to be honest with you. And so what our job is now is to help facilitate, to be the conduit where we can provide the pathway for those dollars to get right into the organizations doing the work. And when we do that, you are then invited into our community so we can say, do you want to come to a training to learn how to write grants? Do you want to come to a training that will train all your coaches on trauma-informed coaching? Do you want to come to this, or do you want to get involved in this? Because those are the services that we provide. So this is a great way to kind of tie it all together, and I just want to thank this mayor and this administration for taking that step and really making the investment in the work. Thank you.
Brian Patton, would you come on up here? You don't belong there. You belong up here with us. Sue Slauson is going to share a message about Brian.
Yeah. So Brian, the mayor is so unassuming. She got this proposal from someone that works in Parks and Recreation. And she looked at it and she read it and she said, this is how much they need. Brian Patton is the one that wrote this proposal, made sure it got in the mayor's hands. Yeah. And I just wanted to acknowledge him, to say thank you. And Mayor, thank you for just not minding looking at something from somebody in our department. And this is how it ended up. Mike Bersati, Joe, and Anne-Marie, we worked to make this, to get this together. Thank you all for this. But Brian, thank you for not being, just pushing it forward, making sure it got in the mayor's hand, because this is the result of the mayor listens. I need you all to know that. This is a mayor, see, feel, touch. This is about seeing, feeling, and touching government. And that's what she wants us to do. And here we are today doing that. Thank you.
We are now going to hear from Executive Director Donald Richardson from the North Philly Blackhawks.
How's everybody doing? Listen, I'm not much of a talker. I can talk, but I'm not much of a talker. First off, I want to thank the mayor, because when we found out that we were going, I said, well, what are you going to do? Where are we going to get this money from? How are we going to make it? And they said, don't worry about it. The mayor got something for you. I said, yeah? I said, good. I waited, and we started hitting our parents up. We started doing our fundraising. We started doing everything we had to do to try to get this money in. We ain't nowhere near it, but we going to make it. People say, what are you going to do if you don't get that money? I said, we're going to get the money. The city going to see that we get the money, and we're going to see that we can dig in our pockets and get the money. So we're close, but we're going to see how much we need to get there, to take these 9 teams. That's a lot of teams. But we're going to see what we do, and we're going to get them there, and we're going to feed them and get them home. And what are they going to do? What are y'all going to do? There you go. What are y'all gonna do? Hey, not only us, what are y'all gonna do? All right, I want all of us to win. All of us. Bring these trophies back to Philadelphia. That's right. Let's say, on 3, I want y'all to say, thank you to City Philadelphia. 1, 2, 3.
Now we'll hear from Kimberly Jameson, cheer coordinator for the Oak Lane Lady Wildcats.
Hello, everyone. So this is a little special to me because we've been doing this from the muscle for years without the support. So I definitely wanted to write a little something. So if y'all can just bear with me because we're internally grateful for this opportunity to be one of the 9. So we just want to express our extremely grateful, let me calm down because I'm getting emotional. We're incredibly grateful to Mayor Parker for this remarkable support. This grant will help us expand our cheerleading program, enabling more youth athletes to develop their skills, build confidence, and foster teamwork. It is an investment not just in our program, but in the future of Philadelphia's youth. This funding will make an incredible difference in the lives of young athletes we serve, enabling them to thrive both athletically and personally. So at Oak Lane, we believe in the power of sports to teach valuable life skills such as teamwork, discipline, and perseverance. Your investment in our cheerleading program ensures that more young people will have the chance to develop these qualities in a supportive and inclusive environment. So this funding, most importantly, will help our travel expenses to AYC Nationals in Orlando, Florida, as we're taking 5 teams with one dream, and that's national champions. So we deeply appreciate the leadership and the vision from Mayor Parker, and we are honored to have your partnership in the important work. Would we be delighted to invite you all to Florida so you can witness how meaningful and how helpful this grant will be. So thank you again for your unwavering support for Philadelphia, and together we're building a brighter future for our city. Who are we? Who are we? What's the word? What's the word? What's that number? What's that number? Put it in the air. One Philly, a united city.
Oh, gosh. So listen, this is here. Every coach who is present, coaches, come on up, coaches. I see some coaches in the back. Coaches, all the coaches.
You know you ain't tall enough to be back here. You should hide on purpose. You think you slick. Said that. Yeah.
Coaches, you all stay right here. Don't move, coaches.
Shout out to the Team Moms. Don't forget about the Team Moms.
Team Moms, we love you and we thank you. Wait. All of the young people here, can we have silence? Can we have some silence, young people? Shh. Silence. We have all of these different teams from different neighborhoods and communities across the city, but on today, we are unified as Philadelphians, and that is what I'm doing my best to do as mayor, to unify our city around shared values. Now, young people, what I'm about to ask you to help me to do, I want somebody saying we need to call somebody, call the fire department, because something's happening in City Hall. Everybody put one finger in the air. One finger in the air. Let me hear you all say, one Philly, a united city. I'm Black Baptist and a teacher. You were terrible. We'll do it again. One's up. I want people to hear us outside. Let me hear you say, one Philly, a united city. Let's go, Philly. Let's go.